Hi, and welcome to my very first vlog. I am Erika McFarland, aka Erika Nicole, aka Dr. E. That is me. I'm super excited because I love to tell my story. I love to share revelations and things I get from the Bible or my own personal Bible studies. I love to share knowledge. I feel like I'm a natural resource agent. Just if you need to know it, I either can tell you or figure it out and let you know once I learn it. So I've been wanting to do a blog for a very long time, but writing is a weakness for me. Like, I don't like writing papers, and writing blogs was just a lot. So I feel like you guys were never going to be able to get more information and like weekly updates and things like that by me writing a blog. So I said, screw it. We're going to vlog. And so here we are vlogging. So what you can expect from this weekly vlog are just different stories and things that I've learned on my journey of self, my journey in entrepreneurship, my journey in my spirituality, me becoming healthier within my body and mentally. So if you've never followed me or not my friend or any of that stuff on social media, and this is your very first time seeing me, my name again is Erika McFarland. I am a master's level social worker, and I am a mental health advocate, a life coach, a career coach, all wrapped in one. And my brand is called Erika Nicole. And the reason why my brand is called Erika Nicole is because when I would be like in trouble, or even if my mom just wanted to gain my attention, that's what she would call me. She would call me Nicole, or she'll say Erika Nicole. That's how she would get my attention. If you haven't figured it out by now, Nicole's my middle name. So I felt like God was leading me back to myself, back to me. When I talk to myself, 9 times out of 10, I call myself Nicole. If I'm like really stressed out or really got anxiety or I'm just like upset or whatever the case may be, I'll be like, Nicole, get it together. So I feel like when I'm talking to my true self, then Erika Nicole comes out. So that's what made me want to go for the brand name Erika Nicole, mind, body, and spirit, because that's who I am and that's what I'm about. I'm about holistic healing. And the only way for you to be whole is to be sure that you are whole and healthy in every individual area of who you are as a person, which is mind, body, and spirit. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to erikanicole.co. And that link of the website will be in the down in the description box. But yeah, let's get started. Like I said, I told you what I'm all about. I do want to share with you guys. I started juicing. So I'll probably make an entire vlog on juicing all together, but I want to just introduce you guys to this is like supposed to be like an energy juice, and you can see it's all like weird colored. I promise you it tastes way better than it looks. And what this juice has in it are um, carrots, pears, green apples, a little bit of pineapple. I just threw that in because I needed some flavor and I want to make sure it wasn't like super gross because I put a lot of carrots in. And but the original energy, booster, immunity, all that good stuff was kale, pears, green apples, and um I think lime. I think that's somewhere in there. But again, this is not really what this video is about. So when I probably the next video, I'll go ahead and I'll post about like specifics of what this drink is and how to do, because this is just the energy one. I'm taking a morning immunity one and a morning detox. So I think it'll be cool to make a video specifically about all that good stuff. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so this morning on my Instagram slash Facebook slash LinkedIn, I talked about how important it is to know your why behind your what. Why are you doing this? So on my journey to self, it's like, what is my purpose for bettering myself? Why do I want to be healthy? Why do I want to be whole? Why do I want to be an entrepreneur? Why do I like working in the helping field? These are questions that I think a lot of times we do not ask ourselves, and we just find ourselves doing until we get burnt out, because that's what usually happens. If you are not aware of your why, if you're not secure in your why, you will find yourself giving up before the time is, from when you're supposed to produce something, or until when you get to a certain moment of achievement, of success. You will find that you will get frustrated, you will get burnt out, you will get tired. Like, I think after about 3 to 5 years, they say, as a social worker, most social workers burn out during that time, and they switch gears and they go into a whole nother field, like altogether. And I remember, technically, I think last year was somewhat of, it was like my 5th year out of undergrad. So I graduated undergrad like 2014. So I had like kind of reached that mark. I was not burnt out, but I felt like there was more for me to do. And so that's what made me go, pivot into life coaching and career coaching, because of what my why is, which I'll definitely share with you. But I found myself in a place where it was like, dude, I have to have, like, there's more that I can do. I'm interacting with clients and students at the time, and I just felt like there was so much more for me to offer, but I was limited within my position, and I wanted to have a little bit more freedom and a little bit more maneuver room. So, anywho, I share that with you guys because you find, if I was not secure in my why of why I wanted to be a social worker, not specific, like I want to be a counselor, I want to be this. Yes, I want to be a counselor. Counseling is like my heart, right? I've been doing that forever. Okay. I'll have to make a video on that too, just like my story overall. But counseling, I was doing counseling when I was like 13, and that's not an over exaggeration. Legitimately, okay? It's something that I've been doing. It's a part of who I am, and I love it, right? So moving forward, though, there's way much more that people need than counseling. They need mentors. They need to be discipled. And so, since I am a Christian, a believer in Christ, then I do know that I have a responsibility to disciple, just as I am to be discipled. So, with that being said, I was reading the other morning, and if you see me looking down, I'm looking down at my tablet. Because I have a physical Bible, but it's easier to do it on my phone and tablet. But I was reading the other morning in John 12, and it's about the story of when Mary pours the perfume on Jesus's feet, and, like, cleans his feet with her hair. And so this story, like, I don't know, it's familiar, but I feel like, I don't know, I had a new revelation. And it's perfect because it's just like, what happens is, usually I'll read something and then it'll set the tone, and like throughout the week, that lesson will keep popping up. And I just feel like this is that, right? So John 12, it talks about, like I said, Mary pouring the perfume. And when she does that, one of Jesus' disciples, Judas, we all know that he trifling anyways, but Judas was like, why would you do that? Like, that's so expensive. You could have taken that perfume and you could have sold it to, get money and give to the poor and stuff, right? So I'm gonna stop right there, because that's where the, like, whole why. You got to know your why, because people will try to come for you. They will try to come for you. And if you are not securing your why, you will fold. Okay. When I decided to quit my full-time job and say, I believe that my nonprofit that I've been working on for the past 5+ years is what I'm supposed to truly focus on and try to get it to the next level. And I can't be in this place anymore. And I feel like God's telling me to leave. I did so, and people were like, whoa, so what are you going to do? How are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to pay your rent? And I'm like, I don't know. Jesus didn't tell me all that. What he told me was, leave my job and focus on storytellers. I mean, and there was times not even outside people questioning me, but me questioning myself when my rent is due and I'm folding pamphlets for a program that I'm trying to get started, and I'm like spending money to get them printed and trying to get things started, but there's no money coming in, and I'm like, why am I doing this? You get what I'm saying? Like, what is my purpose in doing this? And for me, it was God. So for me, my personal why is for the glory of God and the betterment of people. That's it. I do what I do in every form and facet, whether it's coaching, mental health advocacy, or me going to a social event and being social or caring for people, giving or community service, whatever I do, living life is to bring God's name glory. And it's because one, he deserves it. And then two, I understand that where he be glorified, so shall I. Right? So glory is a high level of achievement. If you have a military troop and they go off and they do a mission and they succeed greatly, then when they come back they'll be honored, and then the person who led that troop will get receive even a greater honor, that he will receive the glory or she will receive the glory. You'll know them before you would know the troop. But as you look into that one person, then it causes you to question, well, who else was with the group? So then naturally they get recognition as well. Same way with Christ. When we glorify him, we too are glorified. Okay. So I said, I said that to say that is my purpose for the glory of God. And then the betterment of people. I just want people to be the best version of themselves. And not just like, I say the betterment because I may not can get you to the ultimate level that you're supposed to be on, but I try my darndest to get you to at the next level to help you get into a better place than where you are now. That is my mission. That is my goal. So if you are sad and I can kind of do something to make you happy or to give you hope or to show you that you are loved, if you are hungry and I can give you food, if you are lost and I can give you faith, whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm a resource agent. Okay. So whatever the resources that you need, I'm your girl. I'm here for you and I got you, because why should I be the only one doing good? Which, not say I'm doing good. But why should I be the only one? If I have knowledge, then why not share it? If I'm able to help, why not help? Just why not? You get what I'm saying? But on the flip side, it's my duty. When I said yes to Christ, I said yes to his people, not a certain kind of people. And that's why it's for the betterment of people, not God's people or not a certain kind of people, because people are God's people. So that is my why. And so when people were questioning me or I was questioning myself, I had to remind myself what God said. And if I'm following him, then I'm in the right place to be able to, meet my objective, which is to give his name glory and to help the people that I desire, that he puts in my path to help. So fast forward in the story, Judas has been like, himself. Um, there's this little part, it's like John 12 and 6. And it says how it's after, the Bible quotes Judas and what he said about like, that could be sold for a lot of wages and given to the poor and stuff. It states how he wasn't saying it because he really cared about the poor. He was saying it, just to be trifling, like, to help himself. He was in it for himself. And that's what you got to realize. Who's ever going to be against you, like bettering yourself? What sound minded, good hearted person who truly cares about you and loves you is going to be mad because you take a step that you feel like is going to better yourself? Not just like for financial reasons or for like the time being, but your overall life and the lives that you want to impact. Who looks at that and thinks negatively? People who are projecting their fears, people who are in it for themselves, or just, maybe they didn't go after their dreams, or whatever the case may be. So then they naturally just kind of like talk down on you or treat you poorly because you said yes and you chose to go. Sometimes people are upset because you got to do what they never had the courage to. Know that. And so again, you have to know your why. And this is the important this is the icing on the cake, okay? So you get down John 12 and 7, and Jesus says, okay, honey, it's in red letters. It's highlighted yellow because that's how I highlight my red letters in yellow. And it says, Jesus says, leave her alone. That's my daddy. Leave her alone. Why are you talking to her? Jesus replied, it was intended that she should save this perfume for the day of my burial. You always have to pour among you, but you will not always have me. You will always have the poor among you, but you won't always have me. So to me, that part was just like epic, which, by the way, is the word of the year for Erika Nicole because this year is going to be epic. And so, anywho, um, Jesus is like, be quiet. Okay. And that to me, it's dope. And I feel like that's what he does when he turns it up. Okay. So I told you I quit my job. I didn't have no money. My car was, I'm talking about hours away from being repossessed. Rent due, all these bills due. I'm hungry so much, but yet and still I'm staying the course, right? And then you fast forward, I'm able to release my first book, which is a therapeutic workbook, and launch my first support group that goes with that book, have a successful group, launch Erika Nicole the brand, like have so many other things going on. Storytellers doing what it's supposed to be doing. Just so many awesome things, right? And again, you guys may not know about all this stuff, but that's fine. I'll do a vlog about who I am. But it's like me succeeding and being where I am now is Jesus's way of saying, be quiet. Jesus' way of saying, leave her alone. My daddy is telling y'all to leave me alone because he got this. And I'm in position and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's why you need to know your why. And you need to make sure that your why lines up with that of Jesus. Because when people start to come against you, when you have trials and tribulations, when you fail, when you stumble, when you fall, Jesus will always be there to back you up. When you are in purpose and your why is because he sent you that way or it's something that he's giving you. Do you get what I'm saying? You have that backing of Jesus. So, yeah, it hurt me that certain people said certain things, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, I knew my why and I trusted God. And that's him there saying, like, leave her alone. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing. And that's why it's important to know your why. Because when you know your why behind your what, when people try to come against you, you will not fold. You may stumble, you may shed a couple tears, you may lose a few friends, you may have to distance yourself from a few family members, but you will not fold. And in the end, you would do exactly what you were supposed to do because that's what Mary did. Judas had his little, things he had to say, but at the end of the day, she did what she was supposed to do. And how boldly is she? How bold? Y'all got to go and read that. I'm going to definitely, like I said, put it in the description box, but how bold was she to go ahead and in the midst of everybody kneel before him and begin to pour perfume, to begin to just worship and like love on him in her own way. Do what it is that you're called to do and know why you're doing it. Don't just be out here doing stuff willy-nilly. Don't try to do stuff for just a quick come up or anything like that. Money is fading quickly, quickly. And the Bible tells us that a good name is more precious than rubies. Who are you and what are you doing and why are you doing it? This is the year to be epic and epic in every way, starting with yourself and your why. As you start on this New Year's journey of bettering yourself, of becoming the best version of yourself, and you are focused on your spirituality, your mental health, your physical health, your career, your education, your family, and your community, know why you were doing specifically what you were doing. Have guidance. Let your why be your guidance. So when times get hard, when your partner makes you upset, when your kids are acting out, when your job is getting on your nerves, remember why you're there. Remember why you started. Remember what made you fall in love with that person in the beginning. You have to know your why. And that is simply what this video was about. I wanted to elaborate on my post this morning, and I want to share that scripture with you because it just goes hand in hand. It is important to know your why behind the what. So, thank you for joining me today on this awesome vlog. I had a great time talking with you guys. I know it's short and sweet. It's how I would like to keep them. So, I believe the next vlog will probably be me talking about juicing and why I decided to start incorporating juicing in my daily dietary life. So, I love you guys. I hope you guys have the best week ever. I hope that this week is better than last, and I hope that you take the time out to ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing, and that you reach a resolve or you reach an answer. Until next time, you guys have a great day and be blessed.